Facebook. The social media preference of millennials and an ever-evolving media giant made possible through the work and vision of founder and CEO Mark Zuckerberg. Have you ever asked yourself what it's like to wield so much power, influence, and possess so much money? Surely there must be a good degree of daily relaxation when you've built one of the greatest companies and largest fortunes in the world, right? If there is, someone should let Zuckerberg know, because his work ethic and desire to innovate have not decreased over the years since the inception of Facebook. He may even be working harder than ever. That doesn't mean there's no room for error or ways to learn something new for the sake of learning. Quite the opposite when it comes to the Facebook founder. Today, we examine a day in the life of Facebook founder and CEO Mark Zuckerberg. The start of a day for Mark Zuckerberg likely resembles the start of your day or my day by checking our socials. I know when I wake up, I turn over, look at my phone, and ritually check my texts, the news, and other messenger apps to see what I missed while getting my nightly 6 to 8 hours. Zuckerberg has been on the record stating that his morning is just about the same every day, waking up around 8 a.m., checking Facebook, WhatsApp, and a handful of other socials. Only a few minutes go into getting himself updated on the world events and news, or perhaps more than a few depending on what's been missed. You might think a tech mogul places little value on physical exercise, but Zuckerberg carves out a piece of his morning for activity and a morning run. I know that I struggle to motivate myself to get up and get active. I can't begin to think how he's doing it with all that's on his plate. But alas, Zuckerberg knows that mental and physical fitness go hand in hand and strives to get in at least 3 days of exercise per week. Zuckerberg has even been seen out on his runs with his Hungarian sheepdog from time to time. Zuckerberg has remarked that it's just as much for amusement as anything else, since the sheepdog resembles a kitchen mop on 4 legs. A well-known fact is how much Zuckerberg values efficiency and despises time wasting. In fact, if he had it his way all the time, there would be no tough choices, and each decision would be instantaneous for efficiency's sake. That's a big reason why he doesn't fret over choosing his post-workout breakfast or food in general. Whatever he's pining for that day is what he will have. That same level of decisiveness has also bled into his wardrobe habits. Zuckerberg regularly wears the exact same work outfit each day to eliminate the need to make time-consuming decisions. Gray shirt, blue jeans, sneakers. Repeat. There's something to be said about valuing, perhaps obsessing, about daily efficiency, and Zuckerberg makes sure each moment is accounted for and no time is wasted. His home is even designed with a full AI virtual assistant to ensure that same level of efficiency in all household matters. One of the assumptions that are made about the billionaire CEO is that he must be resting on his laurels a bit now that he has made his fortune and Facebook is cemented in the social media Mount Rushmore. You might be surprised to find out that Zuckerberg still spends upwards of 60 hours per week physically at Facebook's headquarters, and has said multiple times on record that he is probably thinking about Facebook more than he should be, but with good reason. Zuckerberg believes that what occupies his mind throughout the day even more is thinking about ways he can create new services and innovations that will provide positive impact and change to communities around the world. The level of dedication required to constantly innovate and man the helm of one of the largest tech companies on earth is fully on display, not just with his words, but clearly with his actions. Zuckerberg never really leaves work at the end of the day, and the weekend is a word that just doesn't fit into his schedule. 24/7, 365, the wheels are spinning on how Facebook and his other ventures can leave a positive mark on the globe. Now, this is where you might ask yourself, does the Facebook founder and CEO manage or even look at his own Facebook? The answer is a little bit yes and a little bit no. While Zuckerberg is active on social media, he does require more than a little help with all his channels. So what does a billionaire CEO's social media management team look like? How can Zuckerberg keep track of all the messages, comments, and posts that come with the territory of being who he is? Well, the answer is that even an entire team cannot keep up with every single inquiry and message received. I mean, I can't even respond to comments on my personal pages, so how does Mark Zuckerberg tackle staying engaged with fans, critics, and colleagues alike? He has a dedicated team of 12 assistants that have the sole focus of monitoring his accounts and interacting with followers and subscribers. Have a question for Zuckerberg? You may not get an answer from the man himself, but a dedicated member of his team who has been trained to write, respond, and act like him may just get to it. In addition, any comments made that are inappropriate, false, or otherwise not fitting to be displayed on his social media accounts will be flagged or outright removed by his people. Wouldn't that be nice? To have a team of people who can manage your daily tasks. It all comes with the territory for the global icon. If you had a billionaire's bank account, you would definitely do a great deal of traveling. Zuckerberg finds time to travel and meet with very influential people and find time for his own personal leisure with his wife, Priscilla Chan, and daughters, Max and August. Some of the spots Zuckerberg has frequented include Rome, India, and France, meeting with many world leaders along the way, like the Pope and Emmanuel Macron, and United States President Donald Trump. Back in 2017, Zuckerberg took a trip through America where he visited 23 states in an effort to go out and meet people across the United States. Even the social media guru understands the importance of human interaction and connection. Ultimately, the demands of being a CEO of one of the most recognizable companies are inescapable. Even so, Zuckerberg has stated his desire to always educate himself and to continue to read new materials constantly. There's something to be admired about Zuckerberg's quest to stay grounded and learn something new, even when he has taught the world so much himself. He has stated his goal of reading a new book every few weeks in support of these efforts, and one has to wonder if he was able to achieve that lofty goal with such a busy schedule, although I wouldn't bet against him. If someone with as much on his plate as Zuckerberg can do it, most of us can probably find the time to do so as well. That being said, maybe I'll start tomorrow. In all seriousness, Zuckerberg has, time and again, demonstrated a willingness and desire to add to his knowledge base and even dedicated himself to learning Mandarin Chinese at one point. It's that kind of drive for success and evolution that belongs at the helm of such a powerful and influential company. It might be easy to think that if something were to fall by the wayside, it could very easily be sacrificing family time in exchange for workplace efficiencies and success. That kind of complacency really has no place in the daily life of Mark Zuckerberg, however. Zuckerberg puts family first at the end of each day and ensures that he is home to tuck his 2 daughters into bed every single night. Being at the forefront of Facebook's global brand is simply what he does, but Zuckerberg is extremely devout in his duties as a father and husband and strives for excellence in the personal areas of his life as much as in his public duties. In short, the daily routine of Mark Zuckerberg is fairly straightforward. Wake, get informed, stay active, work, sprinkle in a bit of travel, and always be mindful of your community and family. Sounds easy enough, right? Although the particulars are different than most people, the desire to stay well-rounded and get the most out of the day are qualities that most of us would like our days to embody. Next time you set your alarm and your head hits the pillow, maybe think about how your next day can be as efficient as possible, even if you can't wear blue jeans and sneakers to work every day.